Previously on Syrvivor. The tribes competed in a combo relay challenge, which Joe threw to avenge Molly and help send New Body back to tribal council. Adam wanted to take another member from the original Mind Tribe out, while a new alliance formed between Lydia, Carl, Madison, and Owen. In the end, the original Mind and Body members split the vote, sending Adam home and his tricks with him. 14 are left. Who will be voted out next?
Adam was voted out. I voted for Kevin, some people voted for Joe, but in the end, Adam went out. Adam was my number one in the game, not gonna lie. And I honestly think him going home was a stupid move on Joe and Owen's part. Why? I think it's self-explanatory. We had the majority. Adam would have continued to work with us. And now we're back to how it was a week ago when Molly was still in the game. And who knows, they could pull something and pick us off one by one. I'm not comfortable with that whatsoever. And honestly, it really impacted how I see Owen, because I trusted him. And though he kept me in the loop, though we were part of the same plan, he didn't listen to me when I was like, I don't want Adam to go home. He kind of took it with a grain of salt, but didn't really consider it. And that kind of puts an anchor in if I want to work with Owen long term or not.
I think Madison voted for Kevin. What the fuck was that? That's the last thing I would have expected from her. Maybe it was some kind of galaxy brain play that I just can't comprehend, but I don't really see the benefit in that situation. I mean, it worked out, but if one more vote had gone towards Joe instead of Adam.
I'm filming my vlog because I'm pretty right now. Obviously, I'm really stoked with how tribal went. Funnily enough, I talked to Joe tonight, and it was Madison who threw the vote on Kevin, so that's like kind of funny. I was like, yeah, no, Joe, like I threw the vote on you. I was like, but the plan was never you, like it was always Adam. No cap, I think it's so funny that Adam like didn't vote with us, especially because he still went home. I think it's really funny because like he was standing next to me and everything, and then he just like says the F word. He's like fudge, like whatever, he like says it, and I'm like, and he's gonna have to wait till this episode comes out to know that we would have voted for him if it tied anyways. Like he's just gonna have to live with that. So I think that's funny as all heck.
Quick vlog, I'm literally in class, but I wanted to get one done because I've just been having some thoughts. Myself and the rest of the new Soul are about to go to Zach's for a little hangout situation. Last time that was very interesting, so I'm like, I don't know, looking forward, but also very much not looking forward to going. Yeah.
Hi, so we're on our way to our next challenge. I'm excited, a little bit nervous, but I'm feeling good about the tribe. Last night we had like a bonding night at Zach's and it was really fun, but Jason didn't show up and he didn't tell us why, so I would say if I had to vote anybody out now, it would probably be Jason, just because he hasn't really come to anything or like bonded with us as much. So yeah, other than that though, there's not a lot of tea. Like, we're all getting along really well, which is a good thing, but also it's gonna suck if we have to like vote someone out on Sunday. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready for this challenge. I'm ready.
Hey guys, so here in Thorndon, not Thorndon, what park is this? Berry Park. I'm with Mike and Lindsay. It was so ridiculously far, but we just saw Adam on the way out. I'm not surprised, but nonetheless, feel bad for him. And he was someone that was going to be definitely loyal to us down at the merge, so
yeah, that sucks big time.
We're not thrilled about that. Very curious to see why we're in a different location, what's going to be going on in this park.
Very interested for the challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, are we doing soccer? We might be doing soccer.
Maybe.
I think we're doing soccer.
That'd be exciting.
All right. Deuces.
Welcome back, guys. New Soul, you're getting your first look at new body. Adam voted out the last tribal council. Ryan, you got a bit of a giggle. Why is that?
No, it wasn't like that's messed up, Luke. I am not at all laughing. That we just saw Adam on the way out. We're like, dude, that sucks. I'm so sorry. Like, obviously, I didn't want him. Like, we weren't really communicating with him. I'll be perfectly honest, but like, nonetheless, like, he was one of our original like Soul members. Of course, we don't want him to go. Like, it's really sad to see.
Jason, welcome back. How does it feel that all your body people over there are still there? Holly, how does it feel that
I feel great about it. Yeah, I'm really happy, feeling strong.
Mike, how are you feeling today?
I'm not my best right now. I've been awake like 30 hours straight. I had a little incident last night with my nose. It's not
hit a detail.
It's not completely attached like at the bone anymore. It's a little crooked, so and I got some stitches over here. I'm gonna take my mask off, I'm sorry, but
Mike has stitches once again.
Yes, this one was not a challenge though, so
it
was other events.
New body, how are you feeling right now? Let's Kevin, how are you feeling?
Great, I'm feeling awesome. Super excited to go into this challenge and hopefully win so we don't have to go to tribal again.
Carl, active challenge, do you think you guys are ready?
I could not be more excited. I think that this is the strongest 6 we could have going into it, and I think we're going to compete really hard.
All right. Before I explain the challenge, I want you guys from left to right to rank your own team from 1 to 8, 1 to 6 for you guys, on athletic ability. Athletic ability.
I feel that I'm pretty athletic. Yeah, let's put the 3 body tribe first, because that's what they were there. Ryan can be the 4th, because you're the most athletic in the soul, and we can go from there. Yes?
Ryan, I would say go before me.
Okay, yeah.
I'd say Ryan go before me today, too.
Yeah, go before me as well.
Lindsay, by the way, ran like a marathon last year.
Yeah.
Oh, or a half marathon, something.
Okay.
Welcome back, guys. You guys rank yourselves from 1 to 7 here, 1 to 6 here, based on your athletic performance. Since Mike is a little banged up, he will not be competing at any part of this challenge. Pay attention to the number that I give you. 1, 2, remember the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, and 7. 4, 5, 6. All right. So you guys each have your number. Carl, you got 2 numbers. So what that means, since they have 7 people competing, you will go out for both 3 and 7. What we're playing today is Survivor World Cup. What I'll do is best of 5, I will call out numbers. For instance, 1, 2, 3. So each 1, 2, 3 from each team will come out to the field. I'll punt the ball, and then whichever team scores on Eli first gets a point. There'll be 5 rounds, best of 5.
Oh.
Yeah, swing. Go to jump, cut.
Carl, for the shot! Good D, good D! Carl! Gotta get both fives.
Both fives.
Is that me? Oh, fuck.
You got this, Kevin.
That'll be.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that? What are we doing? Sheila, try to kick him a goal.
So you said
Soul has the last point. Soul
pass me, Kevin.
Okay. This is for the win. The shot! That's in! Thank you guys. Tough challenge, but at the end of the day, new body came back. You guys won. You guys are not heading to tribal council. Instead, new soul, first time as a tribe, heading to tribal council where someone will be the 8th person voted out. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so new body tribe body to challenge. First one that we won so far, which is good. It's gonna be exactly how it was before. Old body, you know, we won our first one, then we kept winning. We just won our first one, we're gonna keep that going. But I think it's very obvious just with how the game went. You see like who on the team is kind of like dead weight. You have like, you know, 2 people kind of just standing there. So that might be a, you know, problem like later on, especially when going to more active challenges. But, you know, got to keep the momentum going into a non-active challenge. So we're gonna, you know, test the grit, keep it going. Yeah.
Okay, so we just got done the soccer challenge and I was really actually excited for this. I love like the super physical challenges. However, it did not go the way we wanted. And quite honestly, I don't really feel like it was a fair win. No one on our tribe, they were going, the goalie, Eli, obviously was a member of E-Board, and we were just very confused as to why it was not a member on our team, because it was very easy for him to clearly let in 2 goals. And it was so just blatantly obvious to us that the game was being like thrown in their direction. Everyone on our team
recognized it. Like, it was very unfair to us, and like no one feels like a good win. Owen had an awesome last goal and he deserved like that totally, but everything in between that really felt rigged, and we are not happy with the outcome of that challenge.
I'm really mad right now. I think that was a little bit rigged because the goalie didn't try for the second shot that the body tribe got. So I think that was a little bit rigged. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't want to go to tribal. I don't want to send anyone home or be sent home. I'm not in a good mood right now. I'm not happy.
So I was the goalie, and apparently there's some controversy about my about the second body goal, I think. Right, their body. I mean, if you take a look at the dirt over there, it's you know, not flat. And I went with it for my feet instead of my hands, and you know, one thing led to another. Let an easy one slip by. Oh, we're interviewing. Anyway, so apparently Ryan and others are mad at me. You know, it's not my fault. I mean, it is my fault, but I guess I really didn't have much to do with it. It was kind of just an unfortunate circumstance that led to their demise. So, you know, things happen.
I am a little bit bitter about the challenge today. I felt like it was a little bit rigged, but it's fine. Body's still, like, they did well. I'm like happy for them. It'll be okay. It just really sucks going to tribal Sunday. Like, it's not enough time to make a decision. This is only my second tribal. Like, this will have only been my second tribal and my first in-person one, because the only other one was on Zoom. And I'm feeling nervous. I don't know. I don't really know what to do, because I feel like we've all bonded so well. We've been having so much fun together, and there's no like one person that really like stands out to me. My two picks as of right now are Zach and Sabrina, and I talked to Cassidy about that, and she's like on the same page. I talked to Mike about it, he's on the same page. Sabrina just hasn't like connected with us like quite as well as everyone else has, and she's not like super strong in challenges. And then with Zach, it's mostly like, that's mostly you know, stuff that I've heard from Cassidy. He was basically just like not like super on the outs, but more on the outs than Ryan and Lindsay in terms of like her alliance with him. So that's why I've kind of picked Zach and Sabrina as possible people to go home. I mean, I texted Lindsay and I'm kind of waiting on her response, and depending on what Lindsay says, like if Cass, Lindsay, Mike and I are all on the same page, you know, Ryan will probably vote with Cass and Lindsay too, and then it'd be easy for Mike and I to rope Jason in, whoever we decide to vote out. So I kind of threw Jason's name out there when I was talking to Mike and Cassidy a little bit, but he's definitely like not my top pick. And when I was talking to Mike, he's like, you know, Jason's never gonna vote against us, so we need to keep him around, and he does well in challenges, so I'm like, I've kind of put him off the table. It's mainly just Zach and Sabrina that I'm thinking about.
Vlog time. Friday we just lost our challenge. It was World Cup soccer. Scored the first goal. It was best out of 5. It was really tiring. We started off great, 2-0, and then honestly, our whole team just thought the goalie would stop trying, and 2 goals scored by the other team, and then the last goal, I'm gonna give it to them. It was a good goal, but the 3rd and 4th goal were really just bullshit, and it was not fair at all. And I blame our loss of the challenge on the goalie, which Luke provided. But you know, at the end of the day, like, can't really blame anyone else for the loss. But it's sad that we have to go to tribal council on Sunday. We're kind of hoping to vote out Sabrina, but my name was put up a couple times, so I was kind of confused. I'm kind of nervous. Hope they'll end up all voting for Sabrina, because I mean, I paid a lot of contribution to the team. I did a lot. Like, I can carry my team, like, up until it's all, like, individual challenges. So I'm just praying that my name doesn't come up during elimination.
I was talking to like Carl and Lydia and stuff on the other tribe, just talking about like what types of moves I would have to make so that I can just make it farther in the game and make it to the merge, hopefully with them. And so far, it sucks because I really do like Mike, and I think we would have had like a great alliance, or hopefully that alliance still goes on. Maybe it'll be someone else, but anyways, I also talked to Ryan for a bit just now, just to like talk to one person from each like tribe, like within our tribe. I think it was cool to like talk to both returning players. It kind of gave me a different perspective of like what's going on, but right now I think my move would be to vote with Sole for someone on body. I think that might be like the only way I can really stay in the game, to be honest. I don't think anyone on Sole would crack, and yeah, that's just the move, and it's really stressing me out because I don't want to betray anyone. That's like not my game. But
me, Ryan, Lindsay, and Cassidy just got off FaceTime to try and figure out what our plan was as a core four. We are all members of the old Sole tribe, and so we're going to stick together, and the plan seems to be to vote Jason out. Ultimately, it came down to between Jason or Sabrina, but we think it's better to keep Sabrina around because she was an old Mind tribe member, so we can keep a connection to the Mind tribe, and it also helps just to dwindle the numbers of the Body tribe, because altogether they are pretty daunting, as 3 of the Sole tribe members have now gone home. But yeah, Jason, his social game wasn't there. He really never seemed that committed or involved to it. He's a great asset in challenges, but he never came to hang out with us, didn't really text us much, so he seems like the obvious choice, the easy choice maybe, but that's what we're gonna go with.
I don't know. I feel like I've said for most of the votes, like, that it's not personal, but like this one really, I feel bad. But obviously, that's the way the game goes. So we decided that we were gonna vote Jason just because he didn't come to Zach's on Thursday and didn't really tell us why, and he also didn't come to the challenge on last Sunday and didn't really tell us why, and so like, I don't know, he hasn't really made as much effort to kind of bond with all of us, so we haven't really gotten a chance to know him, so I guess that kind of makes him like the easiest vote. Obviously it still sucks because he seems like a really nice guy. But yeah, so that's where my head is at. Obviously, like, I've been thinking about it, and I'm just still kind of nervous for tribal. Something went through my head where I was like, what if they're like all blindsiding me and like all voting together to vote me out? But hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, so if all works out, we're gonna vote Jason out, but obviously I'm still kind of scared, but yeah.
So, it's a really shitty week right now because, so if I was in the challenge, I wouldn't even be in this situation. I'm really pissed about that, and I might have just played myself into a losing situation. Let me explain. So, I talked to Madison yesterday. I decided I want to go after Holly. For that, I know Sabrina was down. I know I could get Jason because Holly threw out his name, and I think Jason trusts me more. And then she threw out Ryan and Zach's names too, so I was gonna get Ryan and Zach. That would be 5, and that'd be enough. However, Ryan, his very, very loyal and trusting self, wants to tell Lindsay, who I've told him multiple times that I do think that she's working close with Holly, and that I know that he knows her outside of the game, and that he really trusts her, but not, like, this might not be something that we should tell her, because we do know there's a chance she's working with Holly, but he insisted on telling her. So I would not be surprised if now there is a plan to vote out Holly that came from me and Ryan in a group chat with 4 RAs, specifically being Holly, Lindsay, Cassidy, and Kevin, that Holly might go this week, and now she's definitely going to play her idol, and they're not going to vote for Ryan to go because that's not what Lindsay's going to want. They're going to vote for me to go because I'm the only one that has, I have one attachment in there, and that's Holly, and if I'm betraying Holly, doesn't matter. I'm expendable at that point. I really, my fate is now in Lindsay's hands, and I might actually, I might have to just try and orchestrate a different vote now, which it'd be chaotic. It'd really fuck me over if we lose next week, but I gotta make sure I'm still in this week.
There's low-key a lot to talk about right now, so let's talk about it. The last challenge was frustrating because I'm really proud of our tribe, and I think that there was nothing more that we could have done. I think a lot was stacked against us, you could say. I wouldn't exactly call it a fair contest or fair win, but the game is the game, so I get it. And there may be a silver lining in all of it because we are attempting to make a pretty huge power move out of it. So a really difficult thing about tribals like these, the Sunday tribals after Friday challenges, are that the time between is so short. Just the constraint that lies there makes the communication between tribe members so much more high stakes going into tribal. So today that definitely showed as all of the Old Soul members spoke, me, Cassidy, Ryan, and Zach, and decided we were gonna try to vote out Jason and get Sabrina, Holly, and Mike on board with that. And then upon talking to Mike, Ryan learned that Holly has been sort of having a plan of her own that does involve me being on her side, but I never really committed to anything like that. So Holly has become the target, and I think it's going to be really interesting gameplay. So essentially the plan right now is to vote out Holly, but it entails lying to Cassidy, which really sucks because she trusts us at this point, and betraying a soul member and someone who I consider a friend is obviously not something that we want to do, but we feel it's necessary because this is a great opportunity to take out Holly by the 5 of us, being me, Jason, Mike, Ryan, and Zach, voting for Holly, while Cassidy, Holly, and Sabrina are still under the belief that we're voting out Jason. That could be compromised so easily by Cassidy telling Holly because they're so close, and it just can't be risked.
I just talked to Mike, and he was telling me how him and Ryan were talking about taking out Holly because they're very concerned about that friendship as well, and the possible RA lines. I mean, Mike is more concerned about that. I heard apparently Ryan's not as concerned about that. That's what I got from that anyways. And I would be totally on board with voting Holly, but here's the thing. So I texted Zach also, and I asked him, like, hey, like, where's your mind at for the vote? And he was saying that him and the rest of Old Soul is voting for Jason, which, like, made sense because, like, I guess he hasn't reached out that much. Also, sorry, that was, like, air coming up. Oh my god. And like that was before I had talked to Mike, and Mike told me about the whole thing with Holly. So then I texted Ryan to see if he could FaceTime and talk about where his head's at, and he said Jason. But I know that Ryan wants to vote Holly. He just doesn't want to tell me because he thinks that I would tell Holly. And I love Holly. I think Holly's great. We really bonded, like, when we all hung out on Thursday night. But then again, I'm the only one from Mind. I'm really trying to just, like, not get voted out. and like I haven't really talked to that many people on this tribe, so I was not going to tell Holly, but yeah, that's what's going on. But as of now, I will be casting my vote for Jason just to prevent any idle play, so that it is either one of them and that it's not me or Mike. So that's where my head's at.
So I was in the middle of making an apple pie, but instead I'm stressing over Syrvivor now because Cassidy texted me earlier and she's like, yeah, I talked with Ryan and Lindsay and Zach, and they're all like, okay, Jason, which was not my #1 choice by any means. And then Mike texted me and he's like, okay, apparently it's Jason, like, is that who you're voting for too? And I'm like, I don't want to, but at this point I have no other choice. So it looks like Jason is gonna be our vote tomorrow, which I am very reluctant to do, but I guess as long as it's not me, I'm happy. I think Sabrina's probably gonna be who we vote out next after Jason, but I wish she was going this week instead of him. It's okay though.
Okay, this thought just popped into my head. Lindsay's is still gonna vote. If Holly has an idol, Lindsay's still gonna vote Holly because she doesn't want to blow up her spot. But that gives me grounds to split the vote. I don't know who I would put it on. I'd probably have to. I don't know. In order to appease Ryan, I'd say let's just put it on Jason. But this is really tough. I don't know how to split it to make it happen because I have to get enough people on board to vote to be willing to sacrifice another person, because Ryan is not gonna budge on Cassidy getting votes. I don't want Jason to get votes. And I can't say Sabrina. I can't say that. That is so bad of me. Because I'm gonna ask her to help me and I'm still gonna, oh no. We can just say put votes on Sabrina and she can go. She can go. She's a good ally for me, but right now, that might be what I have to do.
I'm getting a little bit nervous now because Mike just told me that Cassidy knows about the votes going towards Holly. So that could be kind of dangerous just in case Holly has an idol, or if anyone has an idol that they would play for her. That vote would go totally wrong. So I'm going to still throw my vote to Jason just to ensure like no idol play being played, if that makes sense. I don't really know what I'm saying, but like I don't really know how to describe it. But Mike's saying that he's considering throwing a vote for Jason only like for like that same reason. But yeah, if everything goes wrong today, I'd be kind of nervous just because that would be kind of a tough spot, especially for Mike, possibly me, just like depending on how all the votes go. But we'll see. Hopefully this all works out, and hopefully, I don't know, I just really hope that this isn't all just like a cover for me to get voted out. That would really suck, but I think it'll be okay.
Welcome, new Sole Tribe, to your first tribal council as a new group. Let's get straight into it. Zach, how does it feel to be a tribal too?
That feels good. It sucks. I feel like we have a really good group here. Everyone gets along. We've gotten together. We've had fun. We really work well together. But at the end of the day, it is a game, and someone has to go.
Jason, so you guys are a new tribe. You guys are vibing. Do you guys think it's still mind, body, soul, or it's just like
nah, it's
just
one
group?
big happy family. One big tribe. So.
Lindsay, you come into this tribal 4-3-1 with the soul on the upper hand. Do you feel safe, or can anything happen? I mean, we've seen on the other tribe, mine was up 4-3-1, and the mine person won. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can never be 100% safe at tribal. Like you said, anything can happen. I do, like everyone else has been saying, like, I love all of these guys, and it's really, really tough to see somebody potentially go home, and even tougher to think about that person potentially being you. But I know that all of these bonds will last, like, beyond the game. So, yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is.
Sabrina, on the opposite side, you're the only mine today. How are you feeling? Do you feel like you still have life, or do you feel like, I'm only alone?
Well, coming in here, initially when all the new tribes were formed, I thought I was screwed, like, felt screw 'em, but like Jason was saying earlier, it's like just one big happy tribe now. All those lines just kind of dissolved, and even though that happened, I think that's still like something to keep in the back of my mind. But yeah, like Lindsay said also, I don't feel 100% safe. No one feel 100% safe at tribal.
Right. So talk to me a little bit about the votes from the other side. First Molly, next Adam. Molly returner, Adam a soul person. Does that take any effect into this vote?
I don't really think it played a part in this vote. I mean, if someone wants to speak up and jump in here, like, there wasn't much discussion of either of them, if at all, during this vote. Yeah, that didn't play a part in my eyes, if anyone else thought so. But.
Mike, do you necessarily think that it's a good thing that all three body people on the other side stayed, but could it also be a bad thing, meaning that out of everyone, body still has the most numbers with 6?
Yeah, it could be a bad thing. I mean, we are getting to an area where a merge might be coming. If you look at the original tribe numbers, right now it stands 644, I'm pretty sure. That can be dangerous to soul and mind people. I would think, though, it'd be a little short-sighted to just boil it down to our first original tribe, since we have been on these tribes now for, this is the third, I think, vote of the new tribes. So I think it'd be a little just short-sighted to say there's too many bodies right now, we have to get one out just because they're a body.
So, Holly, talk to me a little bit about the 4-3-1 split. Is it even a 4-3-1 split?
I don't think so. I don't really feel like there are strong lines between like previous soul and body and mind. I feel like we've kind of dissolved those. I mean, obviously, like, old allies still lie somewhat, but it's not enough to, I think, sway a vote in any strong way.
Cassidy, let's talk a little bit about idols. Now, to your guys' knowledge, no idols have been played. There could be a maximum of 3 idols sitting here today. Do you think an idol could be present today?
I think there's always a chance. I haven't heard anything about it, but like, I don't know, you never know. It's still, even though the tribe swap happened like a couple years ago, people still could have things lingering, but I don't know. There's always the chance.
Jason, with the talk of idols, you can plan for one thing. Do you plan for the fact that an idol could happen and have a secondary vote? Do you plan another vote if an idol is played, just in case?
Yeah.
Solid. So Zach, let's talk about merge. Merge is looming. What is the biggest factor that you take into this game right now? Trust, people you can beat, people that will be a bigger target than you. What's the biggest thing?
I think going into it is trust. You know, as much as we harped on the old tribe versus the new tribes, I just feel comfortable. I feel comfortable where I'm at with my relationships with everybody. You know, not depending on who the tribes are. Everyone I've met, I feel like I've gotten along with pretty well. And if I were to make a merge, I'd be excited to meet the other people I haven't gotten to know yet. But at the same time, I have trust in the allies I have now that those relationships would maintain post-merge.
Lindsay, there could be an easy vote today, but right now, could it be possible to take out a bigger threat, or is it possible just to stick together?
I mean, like, I don't think with this tribe, any vote is an easy vote per se. Also, even in terms of like, not even just friendship, but in terms of gameplay, like, I don't think any of us could be considered a weak player right now. So I don't know, like, there's always so much to think about because you have to think about the weeks ahead and all of the contingencies that can happen. So it's always really complex, but I don't know. It's a real bargain between, like, is the path of least resistance the one to go down or something a little more difficult. So it's all about the communication at the end of the day.
Mike, so tell me, how do you plan for this vote?
Oh gosh, see, it's, you know what I would always say last season, the easy votes are the hard votes, and what Lindsay just said, there are no easy votes. There literally are no easy votes because the easy ones are the hard ones. So to plan for something like this where we're going and we're coming off hot off to immunity wins, we're on top of the world, we're thinking we're gonna be fine, and then all of a sudden we have 2 days to decide. It's just such a whirlwind of going back and forth with everyone on the tribe, trying to see who's being truthful, who's not being truthful. You really just gotta get all the information you can and then make the decision that's in your gut.
And Cassidy, last question. What do you think this vote will do for your tribe moving forward?
I hope that it'll just unite us further and like keep us really strong, and just like ensure that we all like trust each other and are working together. Obviously, like voting anybody out isn't like a good thing, so like I don't want to say that it's gonna like be like great, but like I hope that it'll not be. I don't know.
With that said, it is time to vote. Zach, you will be first. Head over down.
I am so sorry.
No one changes their mind on me, that's all I can say.
I gotta protect myself now. If there is no idle play, then it should be a revote, that's fine. If there is, then hopefully I'm saving myself. And if not, I'm going home either way. So, game's gonna blow up soon.
Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. We'll grab the torch, get it snuffed, and leave tribal council area immediately. I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a human immunity item and wants to play it, now would be the time to do so. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jason. Jason. Holly. Holly. That's 2 votes Jason, 2 votes Holly, 4 votes left. 5th vote, Sabrina. Jason. That's 3 votes Jason, 2 votes Holly, 1 vote Sabrina. 2 votes left. 7th vote, Holly. That's 3 votes Jason, 3 votes Holly, 1 vote Sabrina, 1 vote Brent. And the 8th person voted out of Syrvivor Syracuse Mind, Body, Soul is Jason. Jason, you grab your torch. Take it out of it. You can just come down here. I'll stop. Jason, the tribe is one. You may say anything, and then walk to Jake for the exit. Very interesting vote. I don't know what plan was that, but there might be some after effects on that one. That's all I have for you guys tonight. I'll see you guys in the next challenge. Thank you. Next time on Syrvivor. With the merge looming overhead, castaways must figure out who can be trusted going into the next stage of the game. New body and new soul compete in a challenge that keeps them on their toes all week long. Tribe relations are tested as both tribes prepare for tribal council as they anticipate who will win the challenge and who will go home when only the losing votes are read.
Obviously really upset that I got voted out, but I'm new at the game, huge disadvantage. I had a family emergency 2 weeks ago during a meeting, so I had to skip it, and then I missed the challenge, and I assume everyone was pretty upset at me. So I've been going off at all the challenges, haven't really been doing bad, so I think that was the only reason that I got voted off. So
it's a power move for sure and a strategic play in the game, so as long as everything follows through, it should really mix things up. So
if there is no idle play, then it should be a revote, that's fine. If there is, then hopefully I'm saving myself. And if not, I'm going home either way. So
hopefully this doesn't matter and everything goes as planned. So
it's not a big deal, I don't really care. Not that personal, just a game.